UNIC calls for Kano's release. Igbo leaders begs Bola Ahmed Tinubu. My people, these are the people, or rather these are the individuals who are making them to see us finish. These are the individuals who have sworn that they will keep on disgracing us both locally and internationally. What will the international community say when they see this type of headline that Igbo leaders are begging Tinubu to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, knowing fully well that a subsisting court judge, or rather a subsisting court judgment, which discharged and acquitted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? The Fulani government have tried all they can to shop for evidence against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, at least to nail him down, yet they didn't succeed. Now I am hearing kepu that they want to call Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, according to the prosecutor, which is Awomolo Adeboyoga, to present Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come and defend all he said in Radio Biafra. Can you imagine that rubbish? After 10 good years, after wasting time and money, after incarcerating a leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, you have shopped for everything within your power to say that you nail him down. You could not. Now you want him to come and defend all he said in Radio Biafra. I God have me. This one, it sounds to me like funny, but that is what you get from useless leaders, useless what do they call it? Useless lawyers from also a useless country, a banana republic and an animal kingdom. If you want Kanu to defend himself, why then wait for all these 10 years before then you tell him to come and defend what he said? After you shop for evidence, even to the extent of calling enemies of Biafrans, enemies of Ndiba, and enemies of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come and testify against him. Anyway, another headline here. You can't stop me from visiting Edo. Peter Obi tells Governor Monday Okpebelo. Anyway, my people, I beg, let us read this news. When I read finish, then if I have anything to say, I'll then say it. But first of all, let me read what they said here, so that you that will comment or drop your opinion, you will understand that our people, our so-called elders, are the ones who are making all these bastards here and there to be seeing the Biafrans less, to be seeing Biafran finish. You are begging. How many times do you see that I said Yoruba leaders begs Buhari or Tinubu to free Sunday Igboho? How many times? Not even once. Not even for a second. You are begging. Okay. Members of the United Igbo Elders Council Worldwide have urged Bola Ahmed Tinubu to take a historic step of legacy by releasing the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, from detention. The group called on President Tinubu to stop ignoring the calls for Kanu's release, insisting that doing so will continue to make peace to elude the southeast and cause insecurity and economic stagnation in Igbo land, and by extension, Nigeria, whether anybody likes it or not. The group made the call through its Director General, Justice Alpha Igbe Ama, after leading a delegation of the 7 unique members to visit Kanu in detention in Abuja, which happened yesterday. The elders also took their solidarity visit to the Federal High Court yesterday as well, after which they visited the IPOB leader in the Department of State Service. There's a detention center also in Abuja where they met him for 2 good hours. Other members of unique delegations who visited Kanu were Major General Collins Rurihikia, retired, Member, Board of Trustees, unique, Professor Nick Eze, National Chairman, Police Affairs, Eze Femface Amechi Ozuzu, National Vice President, Professor Obasigwe, Director, Media and Publicity, Colonel Chief Abanchike Ubi, retired, Chairman Security Affairs, and Lolo Louisa Okeke, National Patronage. Unique, in a statement signed by its Director General Justice Alfa Ikpama on Monday after the visit, urged Bola Ahmed Tinubu not to repeat the same mistakes made by former President Muhammadu Buhari, now late, who ignored several calls for Kanu's release. Ikpama said Tinubu will not only make a historic legacy with Kanu's release, but will etch his name in the history book of Ndigbo as a president whose listening ears to the yearnings of Ndigbo brought peace and stability that has eluded Ndigbo since Kanu's detention. He recalled that former President Buhari, under whose administration Kanu was arrested and detained, received similar calls for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from across Nigeria, but ignored the calls, even when many prominent Igbo leaders visited him to seek the release of IPOB leader. He listed late elder statesman and First Republic Aviation Minister Chief Mbazulike Amechi as one of the prominent Igbo men who led other prominent Igbo people to Abuja and Abakaliki in Ebonyi State when he visited the state to appeal to former President Buhari to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but he ignored and disrespected them. Unique also recalled that late elder statesman Chief Mbazulike Amechi personally on his 93rd birthday shortly before his death in 2022, while addressing journalists, made an appeal for the release of Mazi Kanu as his birthday gift and a last wish from former President Buhari, but the elder statesman appeal was equally ignored by Buhari. The Igbo elders recall that other prominent Nigerians and Igbo sons who individually and collectively made a call for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu were Chief Edwin Clark, Chief Ayo Adebanjo, Chief Emmanuel Iwanyanwu, Chief George Obiozo, and Chief Chukwuemeka Ezife, all now demised. But their calls were equally ignored by the former president, who incidentally had joined them to the great beyond. The statement read, "We urge Bola Ahmed Tinubu to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The continuous neglect to the cause of his release is something that will continue to make peace elude the southeast and cause insecurity and economic stagnation in Igbo land and by extension Nigeria, whether anybody likes it or not. The economic loss that has affected Igbo land since the detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is also taking its toll on the country's economy. So we urge President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to act fast and make historic legacy before it is too late for him. We firmly believe that Bola Ahmed Tinubu's truly and just intervention and release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will stand as a historic legacy that will be more enduring than most other actions that may be associated with him as it concerns Ndigbo. We express satisfaction with the visit. We saw that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in high spirit and we are happy that we visited him. Unique worldwide is earnestly calling on His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu to facilitate the immediate and unconditional release, rehabilitation and compensation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to bring peace, stability and succor in the southeast and Nigeria by extension. The United Igbo Elders Council worldwide in an independent, non-sectarian body of Igbo elders dedicated to the welfare and advancement of the Igbo people within a united and just Nigeria. Make honor the disgracious, You can't stop me from visiting Edo, Peter Obi tells Governor Okpebholo. Former Governor of Anambra State, Mr. Peter Obi, on Thursday dismissed a statement credited to Edo State Governor Monday Okpebholo, who reportedly said Obi must seek clearance before visiting the state. Obi declared that he is not afraid of visiting any part of the country. Obi made the remarks in Onitsha during the presentation of a 50 million naira check to his alma mater, Christ the King College CKC, in support of the infrastructural development. The detention, or rather the donation, made in collaboration with the fellow old boys of the schools, is aimed at improving educational facilities and learning conditions at the institutions. Founded in 1932, CKC has produced notable alumni, including former Rivers State Governor Dr. Peter Odile and two former Anambra State governors, Peter Obi and Willie Obiano. Speaking at the event, Obi said, "I am not afraid of visiting any state in Nigeria, particularly when the purpose is to support causes that contribute to nation building, such as education, health, and poverty alleviation." He expressed disappointment that his recent visit to Benin was politicized, clarifying that the visit was strictly to support healthcare development in the state. "I went to Benin to invest in a better life for the people. If they have good doctors and nurses, life will be better for them. What I expect the governor to do is to complement efforts aimed at improving society," Obi added in his statements. On the donation to CKC, Obi described the gesture as a show of gratitude to the institution that shaped the values of himself and many others. This school helped form the values I and many others are still hold dear today: discipline, moral grounding, and academic excellence. Supporting it is a way of giving back to the society, he said. He called on the other alumni of CKC and across the country to support their former schools, noting that the burden of educational development should not be left to government alone. Receiving the donation on behalf of the school, the Archbishop of Onitsha, Most Reverend Valerian Okeke, also an old boy, commended Obi and others for their dedication to education and national development. He offered prayers and urged others to emulate their example. In his remarks, the school senior prefect, Master Ejike Ekene, described Obi as a role model and an inspiration to students, expressing deep appreciations for the general support they received from Gregory Peter Obi. So my people, I don't see them now. Just like what I said earlier, the first news or the first article I just read, where the so-called, they say they are unique, United of Igbo something, begging Tinubu to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Does it mean that court does not exist again? Or does it mean that there's no any hope from the so-called Nigerian judiciary? That people now will wake up now and begin to beg, please release our detainee, release our son, release our daughter, even when the matter is in court, even when the court have already said otherwise. Let him go, he has never committed anything. And now you are begging. You are begging in the sense that you are telling the whole world and also the so-called Tinubu that, our son is innocent, but pity him and allow him to go, he has suffered. Can you imagine that arrant nonsense? These are the people who are making all these bastards and the Ronus seeing us as beggars, even when we're supposed to be the main man on the street. We're supposed to be the one that's supposed to be anchoring. They're supposed to be begging us, not we to beg them. But look at our people. Look at our elders. Any small thing, beggy, they don't start to beg. If you ask them now, say, we don't want problem. Who want problem? There's nobody have the monopoly of violence. If they think they are equally violent, we can even match them bone to bone, face to face, eye to eye, an eye for an eye. This is not a threat, but this is exactly what's supposed to be happening. Anyway, what do I know? But my people, if you get this message, just help me. Do me a favor. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you touch your heart, please circulate it, let it go viral. And here, me go take bar break. Like, share, comment, and keep subscribing for more interesting videos. I will hear my voice again when I come back. Okay, Messiah.